is where we live stream about everything. Thank you all so much. Happy holidays to everyone. This is, of course, the last live of 2024. So I just wanted to hop on here and talk to you guys for a little bit um, about orange juice. Yes, orange juice. Let me bring up my chat over here right quick. Okay, let's see. There we go. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, no thanks over here. All this stuff is popping up. Okay. Huh. I can't see my own chat on my computer. Interesting. All right. So, hey, Ola Joe, welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming. Okay. Hey, Laura from Louisiana. Okay. Well, something's weird, but that's okay. I will go with it. Do I take this away? Okay. Now let me see if that brings it back up. Okay. No, it didn't. So, a little strange over here today in this chat, but that's okay. Hey, Allison, welcome in, welcome in. I'm eating finally. Good, good. Glad to see that you are eating. So, orange juice, okay? I'm gonna get right down to it because I'm not gonna keep y'all in here long, all right? First of all, let me do this first. Okay. Hello, sunshine. How are you? Okay. All right, so first of all, we think that our orange juice is just orange juice, right? Okay. Well, you know, when you're looking at the orange juice in the store, you've got all these different kinds. Some have pulp, some have low pulp, some have no pulp, some have this, some say added calcium. They say all kinds of things, okay? And we must read each and every one to determine which one is going to be the best for you, yourself, what's going to be the best for me. But as I was looking at orange juice, I realized that most of them are not just orange juice. Now, why can't I just take this orange and juice it? Okay, that would be the best thing. Why can't they take this orange and juice it? All right, some of the big names, I mean, Tropicana, we all know. Minute Maid, we all know. Well, first of all, Minute Maid, if you did not know, Minute Maid is owned by Coca-Cola, okay? And strangely enough, it says so on the bottle, the carton, or whatever it is. It says so on there. Not many products actually say when they're owned by another industry or another product. They don't really, you don't find it on there. And if you do, it's not up front and center. I mean, it's right there, right there. All right. So that's okay. But why? Why is it a need for them to make sure we know that? Now, the thing about it is, most of the Minute Maids said that the juice was from United States, Brazil, and Costa Rica. So are you telling me that here in the United States, we don't make enough oranges for y'all to make orange juice? Or Brazil doesn't make enough oranges for you to make orange juice? Or Costa Rica doesn't make enough oranges for you to make orange juice? Why? Just like I did that video on the olive oil, where typically when it's multi places that the olive oil is coming from, it's maybe questionable. Some of them may not be the best. So now do you have some bad oranges with some good oranges? We don't know that. But the one thing that caught my eye on the Minute Maid was the very first ingredient says pure filtered water. It didn't say pure orange juice. It said pure filtered water. So now you know, when you're looking at an ingredient list, the first one or two ingredients is what it has the most of. All right? So our orange juice that we're drinking, at least the Minute Maid, starts off with pure filtered water. So that's one thing that's a little bit odd. Then you go on now, Tropicana. Some of their bottles did say 100% orange juice, but not all of them. So therefore, you can't just go in the store and say, okay, I want some orange juice. Let me pick up this one. Because what's in this one, although it's sitting next to this one, although they both say orange juice, one may say pulp, one may say no pulp. You think maybe they strained it to get the pulp out. But on the other side of the fence, there's a lot more in it. Now, it also said USA and Brazil as far as where their oranges or their orange juice comes from. But, excuse me, it also had things in there like phosphate and calcium, vitamin D3. And I know a lot of people say, well, those are vitamins. They're there to help you. They're there to enrich it. So what if I don't need vitamin D3? What if I have vitamin D3 overload? What if I have calcium overload? What if I don't need it? Why do you need to supplement my orange juice for more minerals and vitamins? This orange has enough of whatever I need in it just by itself. Okay? Just by itself. So why do you need to supplement something? And if I am deficient in vitamin D3 or calcium or whatever you're putting in it, how come I can't just go get my own and take my own supplement? Why is it necessary? Why are they putting this in there? Okay? It's not needed. And then it also says on some of them may contain coconut. So I'm guessing it's made or processed in a facility that also processes coconut. I don't know. It didn't say. Ola Joe says, you're so pretty and so forth. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you. Ola Joe says, don't make me go to my fridge, chef, to check my labels. Hey. Yes, I remember when WW said, eat the orange. Yeah, eat the orange. Eat the orange. Eat the orange. Juice the orange. Blend the orange. Do whatever you want with the orange. But it's an orange. Okay? Now you might have to question the orange a little bit and make sure it's not a GMO, but it shouldn't be. But you're probably closer with better health with this orange. All right? So, and then some of the bottles that say concentrate. That's a whole nother issue. That is a whole nother issue. Anytime something says, like a juice or something says from concentrate, that means that it's a thick, syrupy liquid. And it's made by removing the water from your fruit, or your fruit juice, rather. I don't want the concentrate. This is concentrated enough for me if I'm going to have that. Also, when you have something that's concentrated, and like I said, concentrate is a thick, syrupy liquid. And it's made by removing the water from the fruit juice. And it's typically done so that other ingredients can be added in it, okay? That's why it's made from concentrate. It dilutes the flavor, and you can add in the additives, the vitamin D's, the calcium, and things like that. So you say, what's wrong with adding those in? The thing about it is when they are taking things out and they're adding in synthetic, man-made, okay? They're adding it is made in a lab somewhere, people. It's synthetic, the vitamins that's in things that are enriched. And I guess you want to say, well, they're enriching the orange juice. Eat the orange. Juice the orange. You don't need all those additives. And I really don't want someone else making a judgment for me whether I need it or I want the extra vitamins or minerals and things that they're putting in there. Hey, Psalms 139. Hey, how are you doing? I'd rather eat a real orange. Me too. I would too. But it's amazing when you go, next time you're in the grocery store, go to the orange juice section. And just look. Look at the multitude of varieties that one has. Let's just say Tropicana, okay? Because they had the whole shelf. Each one, they're lined up, but each one that's in this row, or every other one that's in this row, is a different kind. Pulp, no pulp, calcium, low calcium, regular. They might as well have hot and spicy. And then behind it, you have all your juices. So each one of these is something different. Now turn them around. Okay, now somebody's gonna probably look at you doing this. You're gonna have to say, so what? All right, I want you to turn each bottle around. And as you turn those bottles around, then I want you to look across the ingredients. It's all orange juice. It's all coming from the same company, but they all have different ingredient lists. Why? I'm like, come on now. Why do they each have to have a different ingredient list? Now I can see, okay, one can have, okay, the one that has pulp. It can say it has pulp, all right? But why does it may contain coconut and this one over here doesn't? So you're processing them in two different facilities, all right? Maybe the no pulp is processed over there and it may not contain coconut. And it said may contain coconut. It did not say processed in a facility where coconut is also processed, like it does on many things that are processed in places that have nuts or peanuts. It'll say on there, processed in a facility that processes nuts or something along those lines. It's not in a direct quote, but it'll say something along those lines to let you know, okay, now we didn't just put peanuts in this, but it may contain traces of it because it was processed in the facility that processes it. It did not say that. It said it may contain coconut. What exactly does that mean? Anybody in the comments can tell me? It may contain coconut. Now, why might it contain coconut? Is it being, like I said, is it being processed in a facility that also processes something that does contain coconut? I have no clue. I have no clue. I'm planning to find out. But right now, why does it say that? All right. So, and Minute Maid is owned by Coca-Cola. So why isn't it saying this process may contain Coca-Cola, not Coke, Coca-Cola? Because it's processed in a facility. That's why it could be saying it's owned by them. It may be processed in the same facilities. But it's ridiculous. It's an orange, people. It's an orange. And I did not go around and check all the juices, but I imagine apple juice might be the same. I did look at some apple juice recently though, and it didn't matter the brand. Every one I looked at least in the particular store I was in, every single one that I looked at had the exact same ingredients across the board. I don't remember what it was. It was like 3 or 4 ingredients. Whatever it was, they all had the same thing. Even the organic versus non-organic, all of them, they had the same thing. Yes, when I see someone looking at the ingredients, I know they are smart. Yes, Yvonne, yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you for educating us about orange juice, Allison said. You're welcome, Allison. I just want you all to, I won't say it's such an education, because a lot of it is a learning process for myself. But I want you all to be aware and to read and to think about it. When you read it, don't just read, okay, it has this in it. Read another one. And if it's not saying the same thing, but it's the same product, where is the difference? Where is it? What's going on with it? And why something so simple as an orange has to be so complicated? Why does it have to be so complicated? This is why we always say grow your own. Now, I'm not in an area where I probably can grow a particular variety of a dwarf orange tree or something like that, which would probably be fine for myself. It's just myself and my husband. And so, you know, Not much. We don't need that many. We don't need bushels and bushels of it. Um, but I mean, I can't just grow an orchard. I'm not in that particular area, but for those that may be, the Florida people, the California people, the hot weather people, okay, grow your own. It just takes a seed and some soil. Grow your own, all right? At least when you grow your own, you know what you have, all right? Or you've done the very best you can do. The very best you can do, all right? You're just so full of information. I love your channel, darling. Just thank you so much, Laura. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you all. Yes. So that's the topic of the day, this orange juice. Because I was really outdone. I was looking at it and I thought to myself, you know, I, okay, I'm not a person that likes to shop. I don't want to clothes shop. I don't want to jewelry shop. I don't want to makeup shop. I don't want to shop unless it's the grocery store. And I think it's because to me, the grocery store is like the library. You can go in there and I guess you all say, how is the grocery store like the library? The grocery store is like the library because it's full of information. And that information that's in the grocery store is free, just like the library. And you can really stay in there as long as you want and read, just like the library. And when you come out from being in the grocery store, if you've read, just like the library, you come out with just a little bit more knowledge than you went in. And that can be amazing. So I like to read while I'm in the grocery store. I'm not necessarily liking the grocery shopping part of it, but I love to read. I'll pick up anything in the grocery store and read this package. And then if I read this package, my first mind says, what does this one say? It's sitting right next to it. It's the same type of product. What does it say? So then I want to pick it up and I want to read it. So yes, the grocery store. The grocery store for me is equivalent to the library, okay? And you can't necessarily check things out for free, but you can buy it. You can still take it home. You can still take it home. Girl, you just like me. I hate shopping. Can we take a seed from the orange and grow our own? You can. I haven't done it with an orange, but I did it with a lemon. And since they're both citrus, I have to assume it would be the exact same process. I do have that video on my gardening channel at the Scaredy Cat Gardener, but I didn't do anything. Laura, I didn't do anything. I literally took the seeds out of the lemon. I got me a container. I filled it up with my potting soil and I put the seed in the dirt. I didn't wash the seed. I didn't put the seed in water. I didn't cut the seed. I didn't stratify it. I didn't put it in the refrigerator. I didn't do anything. I cut it, took the seed out, put it in the dirt, sat it outside and watered it. And it grew and it grew and it grew. Now, I did not get lemons out of it because I forgot that it was a lemon tree a couple of years ago and we had a really, really bad ice storm and frost. I didn't even bring it inside. And so it didn't make it. And I haven't done it again. But it was probably about 3 feet tall. And that took about 2 years. It grew fast. It had little thorn things on it. So it was coming along. I just didn't think about it. I was trying to do some other things to get ready for the winter storm. Last thing I was thinking about was that lemon tree outside, which I wish I had now because where would it be at now? But yes. So now, Laura, typically what I do, anytime I'm going to have a bush, I have some berry bushes, and I am planning to do some citrus, I would just go ahead and buy a baby tree and start it from there. get it from a good source, and I'll start it from there, because starting it from seed actually takes a long time, which, I mean, what else I have is, but I would rather do the seed and let it grow and have my baby tree too. So that way it can keep growing, but I can have some fruit way quicker than from seed. Yes, 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 yes. So, oh, Ola Joe found it. Yes, lemon tree from seeds. Yes, I sure did. I did that, and it was amazing. So I would probably do the same process with an orange seed. Um, it can't hurt to try it. You got the orange. The seeds are going to come out. You're going to have the seeds. So why not? Why not? Absolutely. So, yes, I want you all to start paying attention to your juice, okay? And juice in the store, do know 90% of it has added sugar, okay? Oranges and things like that are sweet anyway by nature. This shirt is driving me crazy. I can't stand the fact that it's off-centered, but it, it has added sugar. So be aware of that in your consumption of it. If, especially if you don't want the added sugar, the best thing to do would be to juice. And if you get a juicer, you know, even if you got to save up to get a juicer, it is well worth it, because when you use a juicer, it's better than trying to use one of those hand things or trying to squeeze it yourself. If you actually use a juicer, and I cannot think of the name of the juicer, the type of juicer that extracts the most. I actually have the one, but I can't think of the name of it right now. It's a specific juicer or type of juicer, not a specific one, but it's a specific type of juicer that will extract the most juice. These juicers, also, if you get the right one, you don't even have to peel it, okay? It'll separate that. You don't have to take the seeds out. It'll separate that. It's as easy as cutting it up, maybe in fourths, so it'll fit down the chute, just like a food processor. So it'll fit down the chute, fit it down the chute, and you have juice. And even if you only have a half a cup or something, it's pure. That half a cup will go way longer, better in your system than something that's processed, something that's synthetic. So yes, 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 yes. There is nothing like fresh orange. It sure isn't, Yvonne. It sure isn't. I love fresh juice, period. I typically don't juice too much in the wintertime because the fruits, things I like to juice, are actually in season in the summertime. Oh gosh, I got to get one of those. Yes, yes, I cannot think of it, but what I will do is I will link that product in the end, or I typically do highlights from my live stream. So at least on one of the highlights, I will tag the juicer after I look it up so that you can at least take a look at it and see what type it is. Macerating juicer? I want to say that's what it is, but I want to make sure. I think that's what it is. Yes, I have a Nama juicer. Yes, any kind of juicer is better than no juicer at all, whatever kind you have. It doesn't matter, okay? I still have one of the old original Jack LaLanne juicers. That thing still works. I don't bring it out that much because it's heavy, it's big, it's awkward, but absolutely. Yes, yes, absolutely. You're so welcome, Laura. You are so welcome. So yeah, check your juices. And like I said, they have added sugar. It's nothing. The only thing that I really want to juice, I want to juice this so bad, but I can't get myself to do it. I cannot get myself to do it. And that's watermelon. Last year, my husband thought it was crazy. He was like, why do you keep buying these? I would buy a watermelon, and I only want the seeded ones. Those big seeded watermelons, I would buy a watermelon. And every day, that's pretty much all I ate. I eat a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I would eat it. And I kept saying, oh, I want to juice this. I want to juice. I can't juice it because I love it so much that I need to eat it. So I haven't got myself to juice one yet. Yes. Oh, Joe says, my Tropicana Pure Premium 100% orange juice in the fridge says, never from concentrate, pasteurized orange juice with calcium and vitamin D. Pepsi owns this one. See? Why they have to put the vitamin D in there? Why do they have to put the calcium in it? Those are not preservatives. So you can't say it's for preservative. If you need calcium and you need vitamin D, why can't you go and get your own vitamin D and your own calcium? Why not? They don't know us, and they surely don't know everyone in the world. So why are they forcing the vitamin D3? Because they think everybody is not deficient in vitamin D3. Everybody's not deficient in calcium or anything else. Everybody's not deficient. That doesn't mean I don't want a nice cold glass of orange juice. Not at all. Not at all. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. Thank you so much for that super chat. Yes, I love watermelon too, Laura. You have got to try it. I know I've got to try it, but I just want to eat it. But I'm still getting it because I'm eating it. And any juice in my bowl, I drink it. But I know it's amazing. I know it's amazing. Gwendolyn says, I juiced a watermelon last year for a cold processed soap recipe. Soap? No, I need my watermelon. Yes. Ola Joe says 100% Ohio, 100% OH, calcium, hydroxide, citric acid, malic acid, and vitamin D3. That's it and that's all. And that's too much. Why? If you took this orange and juiced it, it's going to have natural vitamins and things in it. But if they had to strip out the natural vitamins to put synthetic ones in there, what's in the synthetic vitamins? This orange probably has lots of calcium, lots of vitamin C, lots of could have vitamin D3. I don't know all the ingredients or vitamins that are in an orange. It has a lot, and it could have those very ones. But why not leave the original ones in it? Why strip it to add more back in? That's the issue that I personally have with it. Laura says, I'm from Louisiana, so we eat watermelon. Yes, every time I ate one, if I get to that last little quarter of a piece and that's all in the refrigerator, I'm like, I need to go to the store. I need to go to the store. I have to get watermelon. And I did that all summer, all through until September. I had watermelon every week, every day of the entire summer this year. And I cannot wait to do it again. Hey, Andale. Hello. Welcome in. How are you doing? Yes. Hey, Miss Terrell. How are you? I think I said that right. Hey, Miss Pam, you're such a blessing. So glad I caught you live. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yes, yes. Same here. I know, right? I grew my own watermelon this year. You know, Yvonne, that's the one thing that I may have to eventually break down and grow in ground. But we have this hard red clay. You can barely grow grass, okay? Barely. So I'm going to either get a large container. And I want to grow watermelon. Now, I have successfully grown watermelon in a container, but it was a very small one. And I want a very big one. Charleston Great, something like that, something huge. Okay, so I have successfully grown it in a container, but it was very small. Very small. Yes. But that's amazing. I love it. They are delicious. Love watermelon. Wish it was available all year. I do too, and it is available here all year, but it doesn't taste the same because it's out of season, and I don't know where they're getting it from. Out of season like that. So I don't want to chance it. I don't want to chance it at all. But yes, I'm going to try my best to juice a watermelon this year. Or, you know what? I don't even have to juice the whole thing. I realize that. I just need to juice a section of it. But once I juice it, I'm probably going to love the juice more than I love the watermelon. And I'm going to be juicing it all the time. Yes. Yes, moved from Texas to Oregon. So different. Oh, I'm sure it is. I am sure it is. How do you do it? Just stick the seed in the ground, pretty much. Pretty much. You do have to provide something for the watermelons. Typically, I'm not going to say everybody, but from what I understand, you need to provide something for the watermelons to sit on as they grow besides the actual dirt, the actual ground, like a black tarp or some kind of tarp or something. Just as the watermelons develop, they can sit there on that. I could be wrong because I haven't done it, but that's just my research so far. Yes, I bought a bag of organic soil, made a pile, put 3 seeds in the pile, and grew 6 watermelons. Whoa, that's amazing. That is amazing. That's it, some fertilizer. Yes, mine grows straight in the ground. Okay, see, that is amazing. That is amazing. But so far, I have a 100% container garden. I do not grow anything in ground. I'm not going to say that that will be the case forever, but that is the plan for right now. Yes, amazing, amazing. Sorry, on the ground, not in. Oh, I figured that. Yvonne, I figured that. Absolutely. That is amazing. Joan says, it is a hothouse watermelon if you got out of season. Ah, just like tomatoes when they're, Yep. Yes, yes, yes. I can believe that. And you know what? The taste actually says that. You can taste the difference. You can taste, and seedless watermelons. Why do you have a seedless watermelon when it takes a seed to grow the melon? Okay? No, I don't want that. And I'm saving seeds out of everything that I can get my hands on. I will keep them in my freezer, my refrigerator, or something. I am storing seeds, and thank goodness it only takes one seed to grow a plant with a huge amount of food on it. I am saving my seeds because more and more items in the grocery store are coming up seedless. So that means eventually everything is going to be turned over and we won't have any seeds. We won't have any. We will only have seeded things if we have our seeds. So, and that's probably going to be way years. I may not, well, I'll be here because I'm going to be here till I'm 150, y'all. I'm just saying. So I almost see it, but a lot of people won't. All right. You have an amazing day and Happy New Year. Thank you, you too. Happy New Year to you. Yes, be safe and be blessed. Yes, I'm definitely going to try to grow my own watermelons, orange tree, and lemon tree. You lift me up. Oh, wonderful, Laura. I love hearing that. I have, well, I don't have anything in my garden now, and I'm getting ready to post that video. I have a few things, but nothing much. But I have 3 blueberry bushes. No, take that back. I technically have 4 blueberry bushes, 3 just regular blueberries, and then I have a pink lemonade blueberry bush. Um, and I have a golden raspberry bush. I'm going to get another golden raspberry bush this year because anytime you grow any fruit trees or anything like that, it's best to have 2. So Laura, if you're going to grow those things, make sure if you have an orange tree, grow 2. They just, most of them can be, or a lot of them are self-pollinating, which means they don't need another one to pollinate. But if you have 2, you still have a better production from a self-pollinating than you do if you just have 1. So grab 2, grow 2, 2 buckets in the ground or whatever. Grow 2 different trees. All right. If they're trees and they're going to be in the ground and they're going to be huge eventually, make sure you space them out. I don't know the exact space, but you want to do that research to make sure you don't plant them too close together. Okay. You need that, have that space so their roots can expand underground. I wanted to grow some blueberries, but killed 2 bushes already. Oh, wow. I've been growing blueberries for about the last 4 or 5 years. This particular year was weird. I didn't get very much of a harvest off of my blueberries, and this was the very first year. Usually I get enough that I got enough for pies and at least 1 pie and to have some to eat throughout the season as well. But the weather, it got so hot so fast in April. And then it cooled right back down. So everything bloomed and then it was a bust. So I think it was the weather, which we just never know what the weather is going to be like. But I'm going to trim them down. I will be doing that. I'm going to prune them. I will be doing that video. It was a beautiful day today. It was nice and warm. But I want to be into the 2nd or 3rd week of January and a good warm day. So within the next 2 to 3 weeks, the good warm day when it's going to hit the 60s, because we've been dropping down to the 20s, but getting up in the 60s during the day. And so I'm going to take one of those days and I'm going to prune all my bushes because they're growing. They're about, 6, 7 feet tall, but I want them to grow wider. I want them to be shorter and bushier rather than taller. So I'm going to trim them down and hopefully they'll start expanding out a little bit as opposed to growing taller. So I'll be doing that in a couple of weeks. The only one I will not trim, and that will be my pink lemonade blueberry, because I got that one this year. This is my first year for it, and it did not fruit, which is typical. They typically don't fruit until the second or third year. So keep that in mind. So if you are growing blueberries, and I know you keep saying you killed them, but you need to look at a blueberry video I did, whereas there was a blueberry plant in Home Depot or Lowe's or something like that. And it was over in like a pile that obviously they was throwing things out. And I saw it in there and it looked dead. It was one little stick coming out of the pot. It looked good and dead. But I figured that the roots just might have a little life. And I call it my rescue blueberry. I have gotten so many blueberries off of that thing. I brought it home and I left it in its pot for a week. Because anytime you have a tree or something like that, if you can leave it in its existing pot or whatever it's in for at least a few days to a week and just sit it in your garden, out in your area, it needs to acclimate to the climate, to the area, to the wind pattern, to the sun. It needs to acclimate. So let it get used to it. Just like a person, you put a person in a new spot, they need to get used to it. Same thing with plants. It needs to get used to it. Leave it there and just let it be. And then you want to repot it. And that's what I did. I waited. I just brought it home, took it outside, sat it on my deck at that time, or where I lived. I sat on my deck. And I watered it. I didn't fertilize it. I just gave it a little water and I walked away. About a week later, I repotted it. At that time, I put some compost in the bottom. I put some blood meal and bone meal in there along with the compost. Put it in there, watered it in good, gave it some fertilizer, and started treating it like I treat my other blueberries, which is not going to do very much to them. And so it grew. I got as many blueberries off of it as I got off of everything else the next year. And that particular year, which was about 2 years ago, the first year, I think I still got like 2 or 3 blueberries off of it. It actually grew. And when I took it out of the pot to replant it, I checked, and the roots were still alive. They were still white and bright. They weren't black and all crazy. So it grew. So don't be so quick to get rid of them if you think they dead. Just because they look dead, because this one looked dead. And if you watch that video, you'll see it. It looked dead. Just dead as a doorknob. It was a stick, a dark brown stick. And I brought it back to life. It's my little rescue blueberry. Oh, and they let me have it for $1. She said, well, I can't just let you have it, but I'll sell it to you for $1. I'm like, bet. Here's your $1. So yes, that was wonderful. Yes, yes, yes. Hey, A. Moore, how are you? Good evening. I'm at work and was not able to view from the beginning. Please make this available so I can watch later. All of my lives are available. All you got to do, go to the home page. You'll see the lives. You'll also see some highlights from the lives. Yes, it was 3 years ago. Okay, Ola Joe got it. She said it was 3 years ago. Okay, so 3 years ago. So it's doing good, and it's just as tall as the rest. It's just as tall as the rest. It's getting ready to get pruned back because they're growing up skinny and tall. Although they're producing, I need them to be bushier. So I'm going to cut them back. I'm going to cut my rose bush back. I only have one rose bush. It's in a pot. And I'm going to cut it down. It was blooming at Thanksgiving. I did that video too. It was blooming at Thanksgiving. I was getting new roses. It was just as cold. So yes, 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 yes. Oh, okay. I thought if they look dead, they're gone. Absolutely not. Anytime you have a plant that you're trying to grow and it looks dead, On the outside, it's the inside that counts, which is the roots. So you have to kind of gently, if you really don't know, gently take it out and look at the roots. Typically, roots are light brown or white or beige. They're a lighter color. Dead roots or usually look like the top. They're black, they're brown, they can even be hard. But if the roots are not dead looking like that and they're not dark and brown, then the plant is probably alive. Take it, shake some of the excess soil off of the plant and repot it and begin again. Give it some fertilizer, some compost, and start over again with that same plant. You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed. Hello, Joseph. Um, uh, my Joseph's coat rose was still blooming in November. Yes, isn't it amazing to have roses and flowers like that, even in November? And I was outside today, and like I said, the only blueberry plant that I have that I'm not pruning is my newest one, which is pink lemonade blueberry, and it's got buds on it. So I'm not sure if the buds or leaves because they're so tiny I can't tell if there's just the leaves coming or if it's starting to bud already. Now that particular plant, is that the one? No, that's not the one. That's my raspberry plant. I gotta keep them straight. The golden raspberry blooms in the spring, then it just kind of lies dormant and it blooms again in the fall. So I love that. And those are so sweet because you get two complete harvests from it. So I love that. Yes, yes, yes. Oh my goodness, you have winter flowers growing too. I live in zone 5. Okay, yes, that's amazing. That's amazing for zone 5. Absolutely it is. Wow. That is so wonderful. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. But if you can grow your own, that's the best thing to do. But as I said before, definitely, definitely check your juice in the store. Check it, check it, check it. I am not going to keep you all any longer. I just wanted to hop on and talk about this orange juice. But before we get out of here, I do want to say, don't forget to check out my other channels, Cooking at Pam's Place, Pam's POV, and the Scaredy Cat Gardener, okay? Scaredy Cat Gardener, growing some oranges and stuff. Well, I'm not growing them yet, but anyway. And take a second and subscribe to this channel. If you are not subscribed to this channel, I will just be doing lives over here. You will always see highlights from the lives, just little tidbits, parts that I talk about that I think are important. I try to highlight and put those in shorter videos in case you don't have the time to go back and rewatch. But all the lives will always be up. I have a playlist of them so you can pull them up and just listen to all of them one after the other, or you can just listen to one at a time, but they will be up forever. I won't take any of them down, and the highlights will always be up forever as well. So that is amazing. Ola Joe, thank you so much for putting those links in the channel. I appreciate you. And please check out my mods, Ola Joe, the Crocheting Sailor, and Dale Homestead. Check out their channels. They help me out a lot. I can't do this without them because they can answer questions that I can't. And just like Ola Joe is putting up her link, the links in the, so Ann and Ola Joe, if you guys swap out links and put you guys links in the chat, I'd appreciate that too. Make it easier for people to click on and go to you all's channel as well. So Ann, you can put Ola Joe's link in the stream, and Ola Joe, you can put Ann's link in the stream because they help me out so much. Yes, yes they do. And that's amazing. So I want to know if anyone else had any other questions before we really get out of here. Q&A time after the live of talking, Q&A time. But we pretty much ask questions as we go along. Nobody have to really wait. But I always like to do it in the end just in case. Just want to make sure. Okay, great, great, great. Awesome, awesome. So, if no one else has any questions, I am going to say Happy New Year. Let's be aware this new year. Let's be safe this new year. Let's be wise this new year. Let's use our head for more than a hat rack this new year. Let's think before we do. Let's think before we speak. Let's think before we act. Let's act the way we would like others to act around us. Let's speak the way we would like others to speak to us. Okay? So, Happy New Year. May everyone be blessed. And I will see you all in 2025. Bye bye.